Thank you, Dr. Noshir, for inviting me to be part of this course. And good afternoon, friends and colleagues. I am now going to discuss the ways to modulate the power so that we can get the maximum effect with the least amount of damage to all the other tissues. So there are various modes of power. There is the pulse mode, the continuous mode, burst modes, hyperpulse and micropulse. I'll explain a little bit about all these modes. So the continuous power is basically what Dr. Saurabh just told us, wherein you don't modulate the power and you press your foot pedal and you are going to get whatever power is there on the preset on your machine. Then there is the traditional pulse ultrasound, in which there is a pulse which has a certain fixed on time and a fixed off time, and then there are the hyperpulses. So the continuous mode, you can see that there will be continuous movement of the tip. In the pulse mode, there is going to be a fixed time on and a fixed time off. And in the hyperpulse or the white star mode, again there are pulses, and I will just describe to you how these pulses differ from the traditional pulse mode. So our aim over here is an efficient use of energy with decreasing the thermal damage, and thermal damage is said to occur when the temperature at the tip is more than 45 degrees Celsius. So in the traditional pulses, we have a fixed burst and rest period, which is 50% on and 50% off. So that means in each pulse there will be power for the 50% of the time. This power can be controlled. You can either have a linear control, or you can, that means when you press the foot pedal you will change the amount of power, or it can be a panel control, that is a preset mode. So basically this is described by a cycle time, which is the total time of a phaco pulse plus its off period. So that means if there is a 500 milliseconds of pulse, it will be followed by a 500 milliseconds of no power, pulse off, giving a cycle time of 1 second. So this is giving us a more efficient use of energy. Our effective phaco time will be decreased, and the time of the pulse is fixed, but the amount of the power, the more you press the foot pedal, you can increase the amount of the power that is being delivered. The disadvantage with this traditional pulse effect is that there is a ping-pong effect which causes a lens chatter. That means each time the power is on, it can also push away the lens particles, causing chatter, and there is potential damage to the anterior chamber anatomy. So to get over this, the hyperpulse or the micropulses have been described, in which energy is delivered in extremely brief microsecond bursts interrupted by rest periods, and the burst length and the rest period are independently variable. This has been known as cold phaco, white star, Everest. Various companies call it differently, but the basic principle remains the same, that the temperature at the tip should not be more than 45 degrees. And David Chang has described it, saying that though the phaco tip isn't actually cold, it just means there is less thermal injury. And the beauty of this hyperpulse ultrasound is that we can still have enough power to emulsify the hardest of cataracts. So the main thing is here is that you are having the energy without the thermal effect. So we increase the number of pulses per second, leading to a rapid interruption and fragmentation. So we're getting the power with less heat at the tip. And each pulse will have an on time and an off time, and you can actually have up to 100 pulses per second and each one will have a duty cycle. So just to give you an example, so this is showing the continuous mode. You can see how the particle is moving around, and while the particle is away from the tip, there is a waste of energy because your energy is still coming in the same pulses or in the continuous mode. So there's a lot of energy being, so you can see that though there are pulses, the particles still move away. There is chattering and there is movement and a waste of energy. Whereas in a hyperpulse or an ultra pulse or a micropulse, you can see that the particles remain close to the tip, even in the off time. You can see that there is off time, so there is energy being given, and at all times the particles remain close to the tip. So one, there is less chatter. Two, there is always a particle in front of the piece, so there is no wastage of energy, and the energy is not being wasted all over the anterior chamber. So the duty cycle is going to have a burst of phaco, which means there's emulsification, and in the rest, it is ultrasound off, it will clear the tissue and dissipate the heat. So the duty cycle is the ratio of phaco on time to total time, and this is where there is time for cooling in the off time and increased fallibility, meaning the pieces get drawn into the phaco tip. Now, this ratio can be varied depending on the step of the surgery and the surgeon. For example, in 6/12, it is 6 milliseconds off, 12 milliseconds off, so the duty cycle is a 33%. Duty cycle is really represented in a percentage. So it is 6 milliseconds on, 12 milliseconds off. So in a total 18, you'll have 6/18, which is a 33% duty cycle. So more on time, more cutting, more off time, better fallibility. Just to give you an example, in a duty cycle, A is 6/12, which means 6 milliseconds on. It is a 33% cycle, but it will have better cutting because there is more on time. So it can be used for sculpting and chopping. And B, which is 4/8, which means 4 milliseconds on and 8 milliseconds off. There is more off time. So this will have a better fallibility, and it can be used in the phaco aspiration steps. This is another variant wherein an extra punch of pulse of power is added, which creates a microvoid and accelerates the cavitation effect that Dr. Saurabh had mentioned. Now coming to the burst mode. The burst mode is also a way of varying the power. You can have a single burst where it is set with a fixed power. You can have multiple bursts. The power would be fixed, but the length of time between each burst can be varied. And then you can have burst at a continuous mode. The duration is usually fixed, 80 milliseconds, some machines 110 milliseconds. The control over here is always the panel mode. There is no linear control. You set the panel mode in whatever power you want. So in the single burst, there will be only one burst on entering foot pedal position 3. If you want another burst, you have to go into position 2 and come back to position 3 to get the next burst. In the multi-burst or the hyper-burst, you will have a burst with a gap, and you can set that timing. It gets repeated up to 4, and once you keep depressing the foot pedal, you will get a maximum of 4 bursts per second. In the burst continuous, you will have a burst, and as you keep pressing the foot pedal, the time between the bursts decreases till you go into a continuous.
Anita.
So the burst mode is better for hard cataracts and for when you want to embed while doing the direct chop. So to summarize, the power mode, the pulse is more efficient. Hyperpulse is even more efficient with less thermal damage. The burst mode is good in for the direct chop and hard cataracts. However, the machine is not going to do everything. The choice of the mode, the setting of the duty cycle depends on the surgeon, and you need to see what is the type of cataract, which step of surgery. So you can't leave everything to the machine. There's a lot of input that is required from the surgeon as well. And I'll just show you a quick example. Yeah, okay. We will just that you can actually try it out and feel the tip in the continuous and the pulse mode.
No, sorry, we just got.
No. Okay, thank you.